Hi guys. I wasn't going to do a video on this, but honestly, this tool is so cool. I was using it today to do a job and I had to talk about it. So in our master bedroom, our closet, master closet, is a walk-in closet. And historically, it's just had one ceiling mounted like dome light. And it's a decent sized room. It's like, I don't know, 10 by 8 or 10 by 10, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it's just not enough light. It's like very dim in there. It looks like crap. It sucks. So I decided that it would be a good opportunity to try out some Cree retrofit cans and fixtures to see if they're what I want for my new office. So I ended up ordering some off of Obsessed Garage. They're a Cree dealer. There are other Cree dealers out there. That's who I chose to work with because I've seen them talk about them in their videos and stuff like that. So what I ordered are 4 of these. These are RR4 with their 4-inch retrofit housing. RR4-GU24 is the part number. These are 25 bucks a piece from Obsessed Garage. And it's today, it's March of 2023. Obviously pricing changes over time. I ordered 4 of these. These are Cree Cr4T -790L, which means they're 790 lumen, -35K, which means they're 3500 Kelvin, -12, -E26GU24. That's the part number. These are 20 bucks a piece. So I ordered 4 of these, 20 bucks a piece, 4 of those, 25 bucks a piece. So about 200 bucks worth of parts, 180. I also ordered this Cree Maestro, which is a dimming switch. It's not controlled by a phone or anything like that. It's just a switch. So it's got a single tap off, single tap on, double tap to maximum brightness. And then there's like an adjustable dimming. So you can see like there are buttons on the side here, up, down. So you can adjust the dimming up and down, and there's a little indicator on the side that lights up. And basically when you single tap it on, it'll go back to the it'll go back to the brightness or dimness that you had it at last. If you double tap, it'll go max. If you single tap, it goes down to 0. So pretty cool. So the tool that I ended up using is this thing. This is the Milwaukee recessed can light drill. And it comes, it's this plastic housing with this drill bit in it, and it's super cool. I just picked it up. I was gonna use a 4-inch hole saw, but I saw this thing and I thought, well, maybe that'll make less of a mess because I didn't want to have to empty the closet. And I'm telling you, like, I'm drilling these holes over the top of Coach purses and not getting yelled at by my wife. Like, this is that good. It's really, really friggin' good. So let me show you how this thing works. I'll show you how to prep one of these lights, and then we'll go in the closet and we'll actually use this thing and we'll do the last light together because I already did 3 of them. So what it comes with, there's this plastic piece, this black plastic piece that just snaps into the back, and it's got like a spring in it, and it's spring loaded, so it just kind of goes in and out of this barrel. Then there's a bit, and the bit looks like this. So there's a quick lock on the end that pulls it off. And then this bit comes out, and this is just like a standard, I think it's a 1/4 inch drill bit with a hex on the bottom. And there's like adjustable arms that you can set the distance between them. So right now I've got it set at 4 1/4, which is what I need for this, but you can just move this in and out. There's like click, 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 click. There's little D10 set every 1/4 of an inch. So you move the one side to 4 1/4, you move the other side to 4 1/4, and there's like a little window there that you can read the number. And then when you stick this in place, it actually holds them in place so they can't close or collapse. So this is a Cr4T. It's a 4 1/4 inch drill. So we take that, we put it into place. This snaps into that. You just pull back the quick lock, snaps into place like that. It's got a standard 1/4 inch. And I'm literally using it with this, like, the weakest drill that Milwaukee has ever made. It's the non-fuel version of the compact driver. It has like, I don't know, 4 ounces of torque. Like, it's as weak as it gets, and it's working flawlessly for this. I just didn't want to, I don't need to bring a jackhammer in here. I'm just trying to drill a small hole in drywall and not make a giant mess. So you put this together like this, and this just drops into here, like that. And then when you attach your drill to the other side, this spins, the bucket stays in place, and as you push in, it goes in, like that, and into the drywall. But this bucket stays in place to kind of catch all the crap. So what I found is, you drill through to the point that this penetrates, then you take like a piece of wire, coat hanger, something like that, you stick it through the hole, go up in the attic and find where it is, move the insulation out of the way, and then finish drilling your hole. Otherwise, if you have loose fill insulation, you'll drill your hole, you'll pull this down, and there'll be a bunch of insulation that falls all over the ground. So you just want to clear everything away above. So let's talk about this, this retrofit can housing. So this is for 4-inch lights. They make a 6-inch version as well. I'm sure the part number is RR6-GU24 because that's how Cree works. On the inside, you'll see that it's got this GU24 fitting like that. And there's like these arms. So when you drill the hole, the 4-inch, 4¼ inch hole, you stick this up, and this has like a beveled side. So it kind of just goes up. You slide it all the way up into the ceiling. So now your drywall is here. And then this thing, there's like these 3 little arms. So you slide them back and they stick on the drywall like that, and they hold up above the drywall. And then to release them, if you ever need to release them, there's like a little tab in here that you press. So if you see this little tab right where my finger is, you press that in and it'll actually like release this back. So when these are fully up, these arms are like fully out of the can and holding down on the ceiling. And they've got a lot of spring to them. So, you know, my drywall is 3/4 inch. If it was 1/2 inch though, I think it would be perfectly fine. And then when you're done, you install these lights. And like I said, this is a Cr4T. And this is designed to be a retrofit for a can. Like if you have a regular can light already in your house, you could install this in an existing can light. So this is what it looks like. You'll notice that it has like a 2-pin connector here, a little quick connect that just pulls apart. And what's installed on it is threaded, like a regular connector. It's not a GU24, I forget what the other one is called. E26. This is an E26 connector, so it's just a standard, like a regular light bulb has. Also in the box from Cree is an adapter for GU26, which looks like this. So you unplug this, you plug this in, and now this fits your retrofit can housing. So when you've got this up in the air, you just screw this in like that, and then you snap this into place. So I'll show you all of that. We'll go in the closet, we'll get it connected, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so we're here in the closet. We marked our space where this light is going to go. We can see the hole started here. So we're just gonna drill this. Kind of like I mentioned, you want to get through, I'm going to get the center to go all the way through, and then I've just been taking a piece of wire here, sticking it up so I can find it in the attic, like that. Then I go up in the attic and move the insulation out of the way. We're just going to finish this hole here. And there we are. No mess, no dust. Take our can, just here. Gonna pop this front door off. Just goes like that. And you can see our wires inside. And then I'm going to remove this knockout on the end. You want to install one of these, which is like it's like a push connector with screws on it. I think this is a 3/4 inch. I just had a pack already, so put that on. So now we can push this up into the hole. So this is going to go back like this. We're going to put it in. It's a tight fit. And then push that up. So now that this is up, these just kind of push in and snap into place. Like that. Okay. So that's that. Now we're going to install the light. So the light goes in, quarter turn like that. There are these 3 metal blades. You just swing those out like this. And then I'm just going to use a rag because my hands are a little dirty from the attic. So we'll stick this up in there. And that's that. So now we're going to go up in the attic and we're going to connect our wires and tie up our junction box. All right, so there we have an installed light. So you'll see this one's hanging out of the ceiling. That's because I've got some spackling and stuff to do nearby, and there's some touch up that I'm going to do around the ring because there's from my hands, there's just some black spots from, it was the first one I did. But you can see here, there's another one, there's another one. All right, so this is what we ended up doing. It's like a zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. And the room is a decent size, but it's honestly really well lit now. I just want to have one light left to do, which is this first one, and that's really because of the hole next to it that I have to fix and some patchwork that I need to do. So I'm going to finish spackling up that hole, let it dry. I'm going to paint around the can before I stick this light back in place, but then that's pretty much done. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to change the switch. So we're going to take the switch cover off. We're going to remove the old switch. You should disconnect power, shut off the breaker. Maybe if you're really afraid, shut off the main. But you should not be working on live circuits if you can avoid it. So if you look at the back of this switch, this is power in, hot in. This is a hot that is also passing through. So like this hot is connected to that hot internally. The switch has no effect on those 2 wires. This is our load, which is the light in the ceiling. So we can disconnect this. We're going to and it looks like whoever wired this previous switch didn't connect the ground, which isn't a great idea. There is a ground in here, so we'll get it connected. So you want to do a twist like that. Looking at the back of the new switch, you'll see that there is a screw here, and a screw here. This green or blue screw This green or blue screw right there is only used if you're doing like three-way lights, like if you had multiple switches controlling the same thing. Otherwise, this is your line, this is your load, and you want to always put this on so that it goes with the screw. So, for example, my screw turns clockwise, so I want the bend. I have to just tip that back a little bit like that. The bend to go the same direction, so that when we tighten this, it tightens the screw like that. So we're going to go ahead and get the other screws connected here. So the way that I'm going to deal with having 3 wires here is I'm going to use a small black wire like this, and I'm going to connect this to my switch. All right, so what I'm going to do is just connect these in the wall. And then we'll connect our switch to the third one. I also need to grab a ground, which is way in the back. We're going to take this ground wire, and we're going to connect it So we have our wires connected. We're going to tuck our switch into place. We're going to screw the switch in. You might be asking yourself, why a black switch? Well, I ordered a whole bunch of black stuff for my garage, and I ordered one white switch, and the invoice that I approved was correct, but the box that I received from Lutron was not. These get drop shipped. So I reached out to the guys at Obsessed Garage and I was like, hey, I got the wrong color switch. And they were like, oh, well, we reached out to the manufacturer and they're going to send you the right color switch. You can just keep the wrong one, which is cool because it's like a $40 switch. It's more so cool because it doesn't have to halt my project. So I'm waiting for the white switch to arrive. I also have a Cr4T cover. I'll switch that at the same time when I do the regular switch. But this switch, you see here that the light's kind of in the middle, so that's the middle brightness. Single tap is going to turn it all the way off. Double tap is all the way bright. Single tap all the way off. From off, if you single tap it, it's going to go to the middle, whatever the brightness that you had it set at last. And then this is brightness up, down. And you can adjust how much each one of these clicks changes things and how fast it moves up and down and all kinds of different stuff. There's like a programming mode, so that's pretty cool. But I think it's awesome. And now I have the ability to dimly light the room or brightly light the room. And don't mind this, it sits like crap because it's the wrong cover. You need the Cr4T covers, which I have. It's just black switch for the white cover. I don't want to mess up the white cover. So that's it. These are now installed. They work really well. I like them a lot. These are pretty cheap, honestly, for what they are. You look at DMF lights, they're like $200 a light, something along those lines. Between the engine, the can, and the trim bezel that goes on it. So I think that these are really, really nice for the price. So I'm going to fix my hole, I'm going to finish my paint, clean that all up, and then we are done. So thank you for watching. I know this is a different video than usual, but maybe you liked it. Let me know. Post in the comments. Did you like it? Did you not? Do you want to see me do more like this stuff? I'm working on an office in the next room over. So there's network cabling, there's I'm changing a fan, I'm going to be installing can lights like these, but I'm probably going to do DMF in that one just to experience them and see how they are. New blinds from Select Blinds, some other stuff is going to be going on. Felt-right, sound deadening materials. So I can produce a fair amount more of this content if you want me to. I realize it's outside of the garage, but I think that any of us that work in the garage on a regular basis, we like tools, we like working with those tools, we like using those tools, and we like to you know, experience what those tools provide us and to do things ourselves and to learn these things. So if you have any comments, questions, you saw something I did wrong, want to point it out, feel free. Comments, I read every single one, I reply to most of them, unless it's just like something like, thanks for the good video or whatever, or thanks for the bad video, whatever. You know, I tend to respond to every single one, or at least I give it a thumbs up. So thank you, have a great day.